Minglaba, I'm Henry Zin. Welcome to MR Radio's Myanmar Today, where we bring you the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. First off, a report on current condition of Constitution Amendment. And for coconut and banana lovers, we have a report on coconut, banana market and a festive season. A story coverage on PWDs demanding barrier removal and rights. And lastly, a report on Stiga 2019 Table Tennis WOW Sports Cup. Now, before we get to the reports, why don't we have a look at what's happening in local news. State Councillor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi attended the ASEAN Republic of Korea Commemorative Summit in Busan to mark the 30th anniversary of their dialogue relations. The opening ceremony of ASEAN ROK Startup Summit and Innovation Showcase 2019, bilateral meeting of Myanmar and ROK, and signing MOUs in fisheries, vocational training, and environmental conservation sectors between the two countries. State Councillor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi and President Moon Jae-in witnessed signing Memorandum of Understanding for fisheries sector, vocational training programs and environmental conservation between Myanmar and the ROK. Anti-Corruption Commission Chairman Woo Aung-ji received a delegation led by Director of Transparency International Czech Republic, David Ondraka, in Naypyidaw on Wednesday. During the meeting, the officials cordially exchanged views on the good practices and experiences of combating corruption in other countries, taking back the properties gained after being involved in corruption, legislative infrastructures, educating, combating and investigating activities, challenges and bilateral cooperation and assistance between the two organizations. Shan State Investment Forum 2019 was held at the Royal Taunji Hotel in Taunji, Shan State, on Tuesday. A total of 92 foreign investors from China, Germany, Netherlands, United Kingdom, United States, Australia, Russia, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia and Cambodia joined the forum and are interested to invest in the Shan State. An exhibition was also organized together with the forum. Union Minister U Thauntun, Chief Minister Dr. Lin Tut and Ambassador Thomas Nysinger opened the investment forum and delivered opening remarks. In his keynote address, the Union Minister stressed that agricultural growth is critical for inclusive development and for food security. He said efforts were being made to raise agricultural productivity to ensure national growth and stated his conviction that the forum would enable many agro-businesses to thrive and flourish in Shan State. Over 2,000 healthcare personnel will administer measles and rubella vaccinations to over 307,000 children under the age of 5 from Tuesday to Thursday in Magwe region, according to the Regional Public Health Department. Although the vaccination was given across the country in 2015, only 85 out of 100 children developed resistance to measles and rubella. The vaccination is aimed at further reducing the number of fatalities among children under 5 years old in the country and eradicating congenital rubella as well as measles and rubella by 2023. Preparations have been made for the vaccination program for some months with the assistance of experts. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. The process of second bill amending 2008 constitution is on its way, and Pidang Suluto further discussed the process on Tuesday during its second time 14th regular session. Several Luto representatives participated in the discussion for the best outcome of the amendment for the good of the people. Willinson reports.
Amending the constitution has been one of the top priorities for the present NLD-led government, forming Joint Bill Committee to take the step forward. Therefore, a lot of representatives have been discussing on this issue since the Joint Committee was formed. The Joint Bill Committee recently submitted the bill report of Brigadier General Mao Mong, together with Tamaro and Pidang Suluto representatives to both Pidu Hlada and Pidang Suluto. On 26th of November, several Pidang Suluto representatives further discussed on the reports of Brigadier General Mao Mong and Joint Bill Committee on the amendment of the bill. There are some representatives who are not in favor of the report. At the same time, some representatives discussed to support the report. According to some of the Tamaro representatives, the report was passed on to submit to Pidang Suluto by taking the advantage of number of ballots from majority of the representatives who are in favor of it but ignore the minority. Discussing at Pidang Suluto, Colonel Maung San, Tamil representative, said,
ဘုံချုပ်မောင်ပေါင်းအပါဝင်လွှတ်တော်ကိုယ်စားလှယ်144ဦးကဖွဲ့စည်းပုံအခြေခံဥပဒေနဲ့အညီတင်ပြလာတဲ့ဥပဒေကြမ်းကိုဥပဒေကြမ်းလေ့လာစစ်ဆေးရေးပူးပေါင်းကော်မတီကဥပဒေကြမ်းဟာဖွဲ့စည်းပုံအခြေခံဥပဒေ
The bill submitted by Joint Bill Committee plays an important role for the public in development, administration, and their security. Therefore, it is also very much important to appoint suitable and qualified person for the best outcome. This is the reason why we selected chief ministers of all states and regions to take part in this process. We also need to make sure that these states and regions' chief ministers are loyal to the union government, but not taking the foreign influence for granted in serving the nation. Not just the chief ministers, all the family members and other related persons need to be loyal to the government. However, the present government has appointed the people from abroad as advisors, which means we allow foreign nations to interfere our sovereignty, and it also endangers our nation's security and other security-related effects. We are also aware that spying on other countries have become a big issue in the world today, and we must prepare well to avoid such case in our nation. Therefore, the bill submitted by Brigadier General Maung Maung should be discussed in accordance with the law and make the final decision.
But Uom Mulat of Malay Region Constituency number 5, who is in favor of the report, the Joint Committee on scrutinizing the second bill amending 2008 Constitution, discussed in support of the report.
ကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံကြီးငြိမ်းချမ်းစွာဖွံ့ဖြိုးတိုးတက်ရေးအတွက်ဒီမိုကရေစီဖက်ဒရယ်ပြည်အောင်စုနိုင်ငံထူထောင်ဖို့အမှန်တကယ်လိုလားတယ်ဆို
In order to have a peaceful development and federal democratic nation, we cannot just amend some parts of constitutions. Otherwise, it will take a long time to achieve our dreams of peaceful and federal democratic nation. Some of the main aim of amending the constitution are to have the value of democracy, national reconciliation in the country, and equity of all the citizens. Taking all these concerns to the consideration, we need to act well in amending the bill. We also need to take the consideration to make sure that this amending bill will give privilege not only to a group of people, but to all the citizens of the nation. Only then we can make the dreams of the civilians come true, bringing peace to the nation through reconciliation, rule of law effective, and unity among the people.
Initial 45-member Joint Committee saw its member left their membership due to some reasons, but according to some discussion in Pirang Sudlado, it is a huge setback to the Joint Committee. But the most important thing is to collaborate with each other for the common goal and work together. This is Williamson reporting for MI Radio.
That's a report on current condition of Constitution Amendment. Alright, it's time now to check on the weather forecast in Myanmar. In Yangon, it'll be partly sunny, but the air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups during the day, so you may want to wear face masks or surgical masks, and there'll be clear to partly cloudy skies at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the 30s. Unfortunately, there's no chance of rain for the day, so please get yourselves prepared to stay in the shade. We all know the Yangon heat is quite unbearable for most of us, so stay hydrated in this hot weather by drinking lots of water. In Naypyidaw, a nice weather with brilliant sunshine during the day and we'll have clear skies at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the 30s as well, and there's also no chance of rain for the day. So maybe you might want to protect yourselves from the heat and don't forget to stay hydrated as well. In Mandalay, it'll be mostly cloudy during the day and we'll have clear skies at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the 30s and we may have to bear the heat in the city since there's really no chance of rain for the day. Well, we have another report coming up and then we'll check on the stocks and currency exchange rates. Well, Myanmar can be seen as a land of pagodas and festivals, particularly because the festive season is in full swing after the monsoon. So is the market for the necessary items which are typically used in the festival or ritual offerings. Here in Myanmar, you can see coconut and banana arrangement in every festival or every family special occasion. This week, we go down to the biggest market of coconut and banana. Zoeman and Piethain report.
Here in Myanmar, the festive season usually comes in when the monsoon is over, and that's the time everyone is waiting for. To celebrate the seasonal donation and festivals, in every celebration in Myanmar, you will see an arrangement of coconut and banana as a ritual offering. The two items are the main source of fruits in every ritual offering. As usual, the coconut and banana market comes alive after relatively calm trading days during monsoon. The biggest retail and wholesale market for coconut and banana in Yangon is Bagaya Jetty Market in Jimanai Township. The best coconuts from across the Delta area coming in by road or by waterway. Wholesalers even from the country's upper region come down to there to buy coconut for the local market. There are more choices for banana fruits. The market has a wide variety not only from across the delta areas but also from the central region. Depending on the region they come from, the fruits have different market names. If they come from the delta area, they are called water banana. The banana from the central region is called land banana. Normally, they are transported in huge lorries. The land banana is on higher demand in the market. One of the retailers at the market who comes from Laintaya also said,
There is a wide variety of bananas on the market, maybe 3 kinds here, depending on the price. The price range can vary from 900, 1200 to 1600 just for a bunch. Bananas are expensive, so its market is pretty good. As a retailer, we have to figure out the retail price as well. In the whole cluster of bananas, only the upper 3 bunches fetch a good price.
And we find out more on the challenges that the coconut wholesalers are facing. When the transported fruits exceed the market demand, a huge loss is inevitable for them. In that case, they only devise discount plan to just cover the money they have invested. Coconuts are also transported to the market by boat from nearly villages.
I come here from Jaila. I collect the harvest from villages around and transport to this market. I have 20,000 coconuts aboard. I spend 1 day on the way, but it takes 2 days or more to unload. The region I come from has the harvest the whole year round. We transport the fruits depending on the market condition.
For more details, we asked one of the coconut wholesalers in the market.
Here we have more coconuts from Yawari region like Janlat, Bogali, Piabong, and nearby villages. So we can say most are transported from the region, but it's not always the same, so we cannot guess exactly. It depends on their numbers. In the past, we could easily guess how many of them will be on board. But now we can say exactly how many of the nuts will be on the ship. It depends on the harvest. If they have good harvest, there may be 30,000 to 50,000 coconuts transported in a ship. And we have different varieties of banana from all over the country. They come in yellow, green, and red, in local names such as Pijan, which is cooking banana, and the next kind is Timoi. It looks Queensland banana. Customers prefer those coming from Jause. But now, during the sunrise season, Yeni banana, which is used in ritual offering, is on heavy demand. So the price is also soaring up.
As retailers, when they calculate the retail price, they have to add the transport charges too, which is about 100 chats on average. As now is the beginning of festive season in the country, the coconut and banana market sees potential, but the price is expected to increase due to the scarcity of the fruits.
That's a report on coconut banana market and a festive season. And here we have the information on currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,513 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 214 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,667 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,948 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,107 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 361 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 50 kyats and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,459. Silver is at $17 and Brent crude oil is at $58. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI remains at 12,000. MTSH went up 100 and it's at 4,000. MCB is at 8,300. FPB is at 23,000. TMH remains at 3,000. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can log on to our website at miradio.com.mm and catch many other great programs of MI Radio on the website. We're also running on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Alternatively, you can download our app on both iOS and Android platforms. It's easy to search. Just type in Myanmar INTL Radio and you'll find the app. Download it on your devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Well, stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. Yangon Region Association of Persons with Disabilities, in collaboration with partner PWD's associations, put together a pre-event for the upcoming International Day of Persons with Disabilities. The event at the Kim Yat Park on Tuesday brought together the voices of persons with disabilities. For more on the challenges and the rights they demand, Agacho has more.
It's learned that persons with disabilities are facing many barriers, and the persons with disabilities across the Yangon region gathered on Tuesday to voice their plight at the Kenya Park. Yangon Region Association of Persons with Disabilities, in collaboration with partner PWD's associations, put together the event. The activity is a forerunner for the forthcoming International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which falls on December 3rd. For more on the barrier that PWDs are facing, U Tanzo U, chairman of Yangon Region Association of Persons with Disabilities, explained.
2014 census shows that there are 2.3 million persons with disabilities in Myanmar, which covers 4.6% of the whole population. We have challenges in places like public transport, and the community's attitude towards PWDs is the main barrier we are encountering. I would like to stress the physical barrier. There are very few job opportunities for us, so we hope that the rights included in the law will come into effect.
Data showed that 52% of persons with disabilities do not attend school and only 1% can access to higher education. International Day of Persons with Disabilities is an international observance promoted by the United Nations since 1992. It has been observed with varying degrees of success around the planet. The observance of the day aims to promote an understanding of disability issues and mobilize support for the dignity, rights, and well-being of persons with disabilities. Although there are 2.3 million disabled persons in Myanmar, only 15% of them have jobs, and the rest are unemployed. However, majority of the employed persons with disabilities are not working decent jobs. The statement released by Myanmar Physically Handicapped Association stated only 3% of working PWDs have decent jobs. The rest are doing random jobs such as selling newspaper, selling lottery ticket, and selling flowers. Therefore, they are also hoping to get decent jobs. Ko Zaw Ming, one of the persons with disabilities present at the event, said,
Persons with disabilities are facing many kinds of barrier like physical and mental. In terms of physical barrier, we have difficulty in accessing public transportation and facility. And on the bus, there are priority seats for the PWDs, but the public is not aware and that's inconvenient. And we are not having proper access to education. There is effort for inclusive education, but the room for improvement is big. So today, we gather here to promote the awareness. The event features entertainment activities by artists, persons with disabilities, as well as souvenir shops.
Out of 2.3 million PWDs in Myanmar, it is reported that 68.2% of persons are persons with physical impairment and 13.3% are suffering from visual impairment and 10.4% are with hearing impairment and the remaining 8% is with intellectual disability of some form. According to the World Report on Disability, both men and women with disabilities have lower access to the labor market compared to persons without. This is confirmed by Myanmar's 2014 census, which shows that persons with disabilities aged 15 through 64 years are less likely to be participating in the labor force compared to those without a disability. Some of the main issues disabled persons raised include difficulty in access to public transport in Yangon and how they are treated, unlike normal persons in the society. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on PWDs demanding barrier removal and rights. And here's the last report on Stiga 2019 Table Tennis WOW Sports Cup. The Stiga 2019 Table Tennis WOW Sports Cup is held from Tuesday to Wednesday at Times City, Yangon. The purpose of this event is to have a variety of participants, amateur to professional, men and women, to have fun, be competitive in table tennis sport, and to produce and nurture professional players for the upcoming SEA Games and other major table tennis competitions. David Tanner has more.
Table tennis, also known as ping pong, is a sport in which 2 or 4 players hit a lightweight ball back and forth across a table using small rackets. The game takes place on a hard table divided by a net. With that said, the project manager of Stiga 2019 WOW Sports Cup, Kotla Myo Aung, told MI Radio about this table tennis related competition.
This competition is about table tennis, and this is the first time from sponsor Sweden Sticker Cup. And this is organized from World Sport, and co-sponsor are Time City venue sponsor. This is, and the other are MTTF and O'Reilly.
Why is this kind of WOW WOW Sports Cup needed in Myanmar, and how can this benefit the sports sector of Myanmar regarding the table tennis sport?
We used to do this event for our country, such as when we have a SEA Game, we need some players to upgrade their skill, and we need some special event for them. And the other are men singer, women singer, and you under 21 singer, and we have amateur singer. So the first is women singer. Men singer is for all around Myanmar, men singer for this event. And women singer is about, we don't have so many women players, so we need to introduce some women players to other countries. So we produce this event for women singer. And the other are under 21. This is for university students. And the other amateur we don't have age limited. We have 45-year-old, and we have 20 years old guy. We also participate in this event.
Kotla Myo Aung also told us about the situation of the current circumstances of table tennis sport in Myanmar.
The situations of table tennis in Myanmar is, not very good right now, because we have to depend on we can't depend on so many players right now. For example, in SEA Games, there are 4 events, but we can use only 3 players for this, because we don't have so many skillful players. So we planning Sticker Cup, Yinha Cup, and Locky Cup every year for to get experience for new players. Our mission is to produce so many skillful players for our country. So the situation is not right now. We don't have so many professional players for abroad competition.
I have also asked Saw Joey Lin, who is the judge of the event, about the rules and regulations of the competition, and also about what table tennis is for starters.
This competition rules and regulations are the standard of wild sports, which is not the same or the standard of the international table tennis sport ranking systems. So we also divided Group A, Group B, and Group C to simplify the competition ground. We also have participants above 45 years old to join as an amateur and just have fun. I would like to convince people to play table tennis because it is just one of the most humble and gentle sports. Unlike other famous sports like football or basketball, table tennis only needs a small area to have fun if it's just an amateur level play. As table tennis is mostly played solo, we have to use all our physical and mental power. Our eyes have to focus, while the mind needs to be motivated, and our body needs to keep moving, while our steps need to be calm and precise. For those who are having a vague feeling whether or not they should play table tennis, I would like to say, try it out and you will experience the fun and the morality of the table tennis.
Go Tun Tun Lat, who is an amateur participant in the competition, also shared his experience about the competition and his journey with the table tennis sport.
I have been playing this table tennis for more than 20 years. I love it. And it give me not only physically but mentally is give me very good things. So that's why I enjoy the games. So I came here to play. Oh, it is very joyful. It is very amazing tournament, and I think it is international level tournament.
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
And that's all the reports on Myanmar Today. Now let's carry on with international news. Forests can cope with a warming world if and only if temperature rises increase in line with increases in atmospheric carbon dioxide. Increased CO2 allows trees to develop physiological characteristics, such as greater foliage, that can cope with higher temperatures. But researchers warn that a break in the temperature CO2 increase ratio could trigger mortality in forests. The findings appear in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. In other news, Netflix has announced it has taken over the historic Paris cinema in New York. It's the first time the streaming giant, which has been accused of threatening the cinema experience, has taken a long-term lease to screen its films. Hollywood website Deadline said the deal was a 10-year lease agreement. Previously, Netflix has rented various cinemas for limited periods to ensure its films are eligible for awards. Its Oscar contender, Marriage Story, is now on at the Paris, which dates from 1948. It is 71 years since screen legend Marlene Dietrich cut the ribbon to open the Paris, which became one of America's most notable art house cinemas. It is New York's last single-screen cinema and had closed in late August. Twitter will begin deleting accounts that have been inactive for more than 6 months unless they log in before an 11th of December deadline. The call will include users who stopped posting to the site because they died, unless someone with that person's account details is able to log in. It is the first time Twitter has removed inactive accounts on such a large scale. The site said it was because users who do not log in were unable to agree to its updated privacy policies. A spokeswoman also said it would improve credibility by removing dormant accounts from people's follower accounts, something which may give a user an undue sense of importance. The first batch of deleted accounts will involve those registered outside of the US. Well, that's going to wrap it up on today's Myanmar Today. Thank you for joining me, and you have a pleasant day. I'm Henry Zin. See you again.